الحمد لله حمدا كثيرا طيبا طاهرا دائما مباركا فيه ملء السماوات وملء الأرض وملء ما شئت من شيء بعد وفي كل خير، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، له الملك وله الحمد يحيي ويميت وهو على كل شيء قدير. وأشهد أن سيدنا محمد عبده ورسوله وصفيه وخليله عليه أفضل الصلاة والسلام. أما بعد. It is the 3rd of December 2018, a little bit after midnight, and I have some conclusions that I drawn, okay, about what has been taking place in my life during the last, conservatively, 35 to 40, about 40 years, let's say 40 years, to be exactly 40 years actually. And let's put some emphasis on the years that I've been in the United States of America, because this is what really shaped and all the events that took place. I just want to narrate it and bring it to the attention of the federal government, Department of Justice, and all of the other departments, if I may, about all the crimes that I witness and I endure within my life and my family, and then everyone that's surrounding me, and people even that not directly in my life, but that's everyone. There is no one spared. Let's talk about Muhammad Shiban, because this is who I can narrate based on events again and experiences that I have lived as a Muslim man in America. The ideas that I have and the way I conduct my life is based and driven by Aqidat al-Tawheed, by Dinullah, Islam, Aqidat al-Tawheed. Wallahu a'lam. Walillah alhamd. If I have, this is between me and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that Malik al-Muluk, Malik Yawm al-Din, Yawm al-Hisab, that I have to be pleased and I have to clear that, because I want to earn my akhirah, my hereafter. Right? And this is actually, it should be the driving force in any man or woman that claim Islam, or being thinking that him or her is a muwahhid. This is it. There is no other way to define Dinullah. It governs everything that you do in your life, from A to Z. Again, from birth to when talqa rabbak. Now, let's bring the government and how they put focus and they watch everyone that born in this country or come migrated to this country, especially those among us that they are muwahideen and they will not compromise their deen and they will not sell their akhirah for their masters, dunya. And everyone can relate to that. It doesn't matter where you're from, what religion you claim, which is only, there is not no such thing. It's only Dinullah, La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah, Islam. The rest is kufr and shirk and dhulm. Okay? That's what Dinullah is. So if a person doesn't conduct his affairs and live his life according to Dinullah, in ibadat, behavior, akhlaq, and everything in his life or her life should be, the guidelines, it should be according to Dinullah, Al-Quran Al-Kareem, wa Sunnat Al-Rasul alayhi afdal as-salati was-salam. It's clear. It's the way to live. There is no other way to live. Any other way is shaitan and kufr and dhulm. Wal-ayathu billah. But let's focus again, Muhammad Shibon. When I came to this country, I wasn't seeking like everyone else or majority. I don't want to be so self-centered. But the majority of people, they follow their dreams and they think that they want to build the future and they wanted to have, legal status in the country, and they want to gather as much as you can, and they want to enjoy their life, and they want to own a house, have a family and kids and everything else, and forget about and get there with any price and any sell anything or let me just put this in a more kind way. They pursue the life that they wanted to get, this life. And it's the American lifestyle. It absorbs everyone. It's because it's the dominant empire. It's the dominant power, and everyone goes by their, everyone will copycat the way of life and the way they dress and the music, the art, the green card or the legal status in this country. Everyone, you come from everywhere. This is the place that they want it to be. They want to enter and they want to become as, so they go anywhere. American citizenship, it means, they can go anywhere they want and they will always having a special treatment because again, it's the only superpower that calling the shots for everyone, dominating the whole globe. All right. Now, let's talk about governments and how they pick leaders to go and rule in their musta'marat, in their colonies. There is no such thing, independence and Jumhuriyya al-Arabiya, Republic of whatever, Korea, Peninsula. There is no such thing. There is whether you democratic, Ra'simali, or Shiyu'i. kafara. There is no other things, whether you are, going with رأسمالية الديمقراطية, right? Or you've been ruled by al-kafara. لا إله والحياة مادة والعياذ بالله. This is the forces, and you can see it anywhere you go, And then the economic control and domination over everyone, everything. And so when you are a person, an individual in the country, the act or the psychology of the country is very much like the psychology of people in a very bigger scale, right? The control and who's going to be calling the shots for who and so on and so forth. Now, loyalty to these regimes, and that started from the British Empire when they colonized almost everywhere in the Middle East, especially in Ummah Muhammad, Ummah al-Tawheed, and destroyed and divided and, with the lines or the borders between the countries and, with the Sykes-Picot, the Treaty of Sykes-Picot, 1906. And then, I think, it was the same year that they drawn the Balfour Promise, the land for the criminals, Sahina al-Alamiyya, which was carried out right after that, and by 1948 they were already there and established a criminal regime, terrorist. But now Mohammed Shaban, it was clear. I'm living my life according to trying, alhamdulillah, trying to follow my religion, my deen, and do what it takes me or get me closer to the Jannah, earn my akhirah, earn my Jannah. And even though nobody is perfect, أحمدك رب واشكر فضلك اللهم اغفر لنا وتقبل منا واحسن خلقنا بطاعتك يا رب. However, that was noticed because of my political views, political and religious views. And عقيدة التوحيد, الموحدين, they are noticed and they put under a lot of scrutiny by the governments or by the, by the family, or it doesn't matter who they are. Shaitan always wanted to take them out of there and have, be من عبدة الشياطين, حزب الشيطان, عبدة الشهوات. Right? Now, when I start noticing things and took my jihad out there and being open about it, and I filed complaints again after complaints, and I start protesting and bring it to the attention of the federal government that really, they wanted to silence Mohammed Shaban, and they wanted to exterminate Mohammed Shaban, and every trick in the book was used. Everyone was used. And if the government tell me, oh, well, I'm not important, and but I don't want to be. I don't want to be. I'm just exposing you criminals, and bifadlillahi subhanahu wa ta'ala, I seen it. You can tell everyone, and you can tell me otherwise. There is nothing is going to persuade me otherwise that you guys are committing crimes because who I am and what my beliefs are and how I am trying to hold to the عروة الوثقى لا انفصام لها لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله to earn my akhirah. Now, the hijacking of first, They wanted to get me in the system. They wanted to arrest me. And that was used by the city of Fullerton first, police department in 2004, but this they didn't stick. And they were very concerned. And they moved the officers, they transferred him to Utah for a couple of years, and then he came back to, I don't know what police department, but I knew that he came back to California. And that was, it was done, and everything is documented again. Yahoo, email, or Net Zero, one of these two. The contact with um, policebrutality.com, policebrutality.com, based on Florida, and it was a group of retired police officers and law enforcement, and I think the FBI, that they have that organization. It's a non-profit organization, and they were fighting for people that they got. They are victims of police brutality all over the country, and I contacted them, and they started asking me questions, and then they contacted the Fullerton Police Department, and then they put it under the rug. And in fact, that night I was released, and then the next day, but we know the story. Everyone, but in anybody's life, the government has control over, to know and control everyone. Okay? Now, when Matthew was born, my son, Habibu Ibni, that I haven't seen, but we know the story. The government has kidnapped him, as well as they kidnapped all my other children. All of them. And it's not to put in the system, it is because of that reason. My beliefs, my activism, and I'm not hesitant, I'm not unsure of witnessing and living and seeing the crimes and the war that they're declaring against our deen, or against خير خلق الله Sharia. Right? That was, that's the motive that triggered them to commit all these crimes. And they use everyone, family members, brothers, and cousins, everyone, neighbors, everyone, girlfriends or wives that they would be in my life. Everyone is used. And they're doing that to everyone. To everyone. But they put a lot of emphasis on Ummati Muhammad, people that they will not sell out. Will not sell out. Alhamdulillah, أحمدك رب وأشكر فضلك. I'm not bragging, but أحمدك رب وأشكر فضلك على نعمة الإسلام ونعمة الهداية. أحمدك رب وأشكر فضلك. Now, in 2009, June, I was arrested in June 19, booked in the main Orange County main jail on the 20th, and I think I was transferred a couple of days later to the Theo Lacy, City of Orange, the City Drive. Right? And that's where started the case. And after that, I was released. Ammu Az, they always contacted Ammu Az because he's the one that was coaching them. He knows a lot about me. He knows my password for my everything. Okay, lives in the same city almost where I worked, and I spent the most of my life here in America, in North Orange County, in this area. I moved out to LA in the beginning, and then San Bernardino, but I always come back to Placentia or Anaheim or Yorba Linda area, Fullerton, so North County. Right? 2009, 2008, when Matthew was born, that was a big, strike because he already got Omar and Hamza, boys, and everyone, my kids, they were getting high when they were little, everything, and they thought that the atheist because their mom, they say that, and the Baba wants to get them. Well, it's the same thing that happened to every child, with a lot of emphasis against again against the muwahideen, on the muwahideen, people that they will not compromise their deen. And again, أحمدك رب واشكر فضلك اللهم تقبل يا رب اللهم دم علينا نعمة. November of 2009, everything was taken from my storage. They are the police. What do you think? Are they going to go to the storage unit and say, oh, well, we wanted to, we're not going to. They went there and took everything. And that's was the first time they got a hold of all my information. They couldn't do that anywhere, even though I was married and nice and we got to court and so on and so forth. They didn't have the right to go and get all of this documentation, and the whole thing was to frame me somehow and hijack my personality, steal my personality, and get everything to develop or to have another Mo Shaban. The name was Mo Shaban. My email was used, my phone number was used, my social security was hijacked, my social security number, and it's not only for Muhammad Shaban or my children, right? Probably Jennifer and everyone else, and they do that to everyone. I'm not saying that I'm feeling important that they do it to Muhammad Shaban, but again, Muhammad Shaban was a lot of emphasis. They know what they're doing, they know who I was, and they know that I will not compromise and sell my deen. And then they try everything, the poisoning and the drugging and the, framing and the blackmailing. Everything was used. Food poisons and the accidents, car accidents, stage some kind of someone downtown San Bernardino or Santa Ana or anywhere in LA to stab me, get in a fight, get in drugs, find some to put me away or get rid of me. Now, in 2009, they were able to have that, and that started with, well, they've been trying, but that was the golden opportunity that they took. They put me in jail. Now they have a case. They have me there. I couldn't say nothing. You have the public defenders, or everyone was in the whole country. And the kids and everyone was going, yeah, بنروح بالدم نفديه. Let's get this guy. Right? Bank account was open in Wells Fargo in 2009. I don't remember the month. I think it was August. August? No, before that. I think it was open because June I was arrested, so a couple of May or April of 2009. That's when I met Masood over the internet, and we were gonna do the nationwide fire suppression and 610. And in fact, that was my address and my license that they took also there. 610 South Jefferson Street, Unit H, Placentia 92870. Right? Now, that bank account was never closed, and then Mr. Muhammad Kalani, when I have him I think I hired him in 2015 or 2016. I'm not sure. No, even before that. Sometimes back then, when I got my right after I got the 501c3, I think it was May, and I hired him maybe in June, from June to August, sometimes there, and we never have a retainer. We were just doing all this stuff, and when I got evicted from Riverside, apartment downtown Riverside, and in 2000, August of 2000, and I think it was 2015, end of June, June 20, I mean, end of July, July 28th, 2015. I think that's when I got evicted from there. He was, I told him to do, and it's everything is in emails, guys. Everything is in email. PDF will send it to sign and everything, and we're, you know, he wanted me. Now, Moshe Bond was created back then in 2009 with the bank account, and then when they got the EIN number in 2013, April of 2013, it was taken because that's from the state of California, again, Orange County, Secretary of State. And we're talking about we're fighting here in the state. Mohammed Shaban always be fighting the state. It wasn't Fairway Ford or any in the state that they were going after Mohammed Shaban with coaching from the federal government, from the FBI. And then so who did what and when, and the FBI here and the FBI there. And they've been trying. They did that right after the 2011, the 9/11, 2001, and they intensify right after that. But this started a long time ago since I came to this country. I was always under, and this is for everyone else. Don't be misled and don't think that I'm feeling so important. And if the Department of Justice or any other departments have any disputes or any defense, will you please bring your exhibits? Bring your exhibits. Okay. The bank account never closed, and it become a business account, and that's why when I go anywhere and I ask them, even the Board of Equalization, anywhere, even other states, I go there with my what's your social security. They don't ask you about your mom and account, what's your social security, and everything runs to your social security because the EIN number, they're already getting all the grants. And I don't want nothing. Keep it all. You flus haram. It's a haram. It's a haram. We don't participate in haram. Alhamdulillah, ahmadaka rabb wa ashkur fadla. This is what makes us who we are. La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. So this is all been documented. I have been doing this in Facebook, Google Plus, Twitter when they first started, even about me, and it's supposed to be there, LinkedIn, everything, and every social media. I have been an active participant, and everything was hijacked, and they still asking. And what they did, they wanted to kill Mohammed Shaban or get him to go, give him the skittles and lose his mind, and then they have the other Moshe Bond with all my information to take over so he can. And that was intensified again after the birth of my son, Matthew Muhammad Shaban. He's from Yorba Placentia. He was born in St. Jude, Fullerton Medical Center. Okay. And he is Caucasian, he's white. And his mother is a Jew. And there is no, they all. Jennifer is Freeman and Metz. Tamel, Belinda, Mexico City. Okay. And Teresa Wheeler. police. Okay, we all and claim Catholicism or Christianity or whatever. But beside the point is that when I start, well, they knew, and then David Patton at Fairway Ford, and everyone, you look at Matthew and you say, oh, look at him. He's perfect. He doesn't look. I looked at him and I was very angry. What do you mean he's perfect? He does nothing. What do you mean? What you saying, man? Because my age and they, أحمدك يا رب واشكر فضلك. That's why. Matthew still have a file at Caduceus, his doctor, and his sister. They go there and they correspond with Moshe Bon through emails and the 714-646-6908. And that's what the bank account and everything and all of this. And they probably have purchased homes and cars and everything. Moshe Bon running around with Muhammad Shaban information. And everywhere I go, they think that I'm an imposter or an impersonator or someone that's trying to steal Moshe Bon identity. And if the government, the Department of Justice, or any other departments have any dispute with you, will you please bring your exhibits? Basically, bottom line, this is all documented throughout the social media and my videos, my website that has been also hijacked and hacked to everything else, devices, phone numbers, everything. That's why until now they are not leaving me alone. And what I'm telling them, bring it on, because this is who we are. Ummat al-Jihad, we don't give up. We don't go away. We don't get intimidated. And we are seeking the Shahada, inshallah. And we know we have a yaqeen that Nasrullah qareeb, inshallah. That's it. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Everyone, have a good day. Enjoy whatever you do. في أمان الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.